season, and then they weren't so happy. But no, they like it because it helps their RPI. And as a conference, they got another 7 bids into this tournament. You want to have strong opponents in the conference to get the most teams in and the highest seeds.
And if Nebraska wins here, it would be an all Big Ten national semifinal on Thursday. They could actually get a 3rd team in with Michigan playing Stanford tonight. It's been a tournament and a Sweet 16 and an Elite 8 dominated by the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. 7 of the 8 in the Elite 8 from those 2 power conferences. Nice play by Cook to pull that one back out of the net. And the kill for Brenner.
And you were talking about the Big Ten. That's one of the things Coach Cook likes about playing in that conference is every week you're virtually guaranteed of playing a rated or a ranked team, a top 25 team. Much better preparation for the NCAA tournament as Brenner comes up with an ace, and the Ducks respond well after that timeout at 12-11, scoring 3 straight.
And it's not just on the court, year in, year out. The Big Ten leads in attendance, so you are playing in hostile environments throughout the season. Even though Nebraska's home here, that certainly helps in the postseason.
It certainly does when you have to go to play at a Penn State or play at a Texas, which is going to have a great crowd today in the next regional final when Texas hosts the University of Southern California.
That should be a terrific matchup in the Mick Haley Bowl. Of course, Mick Haley winning national championships at both Texas and now at USC. And Jarrett Elliott has also coached at both places.
Yep, leading Texas to the first national championship for a non-West Coast or West team with that Texas 1988 win.
Here's how things look tonight in the regional finals. Penn State has already advanced to the #1 seed. They have won 4 of the last 5 titles. That streak came to an end last year, but Penn State trying to get right back on top. Texas SC later tonight on ESPNU, and then the nightcap Stanford, the 2 seed with 4 freshmen in the starting lineup, will take on a Michigan team that knocked them out of the tournament last year. And the block for Oregon, Point Ducks.
And the scary thing with Stanford is they have 5 freshmen, 4 playing regularly, and they're going to have everybody back but a part-time setter next year and beyond. The leading recruit or a freshman class going into 2012.
Michigan has yet to advance to a national semifinal. They will try and get there for the first time. That match will be out in Berkeley later tonight on ESPNU. Huge hit from Haggerty. And the takedown of Haley Jacob.
And Lauren Cook doing a nice job of getting herself off the net. What a well-located set. That pass, it's normally not easy to get that ball to your middle hitter, your quick hitter, your first option. But she made it work. Nice swing by Haggerty. All she had to do was swing, and the ball was right on her hand.
Middle's having a big night tonight for Nebraska. Pass shanked almost into our cameraman. Good save, but now Cook to Worth. Hit that one wide, Point Oregon.
And you could see Coach Cook sighing very intently. What a great opportunity he's thinking we had to score a point. Brookheist with the good serve and the free ball pass, the easy play. But Hannah Worth unable to thread the needle down the line.
Cook to Worth. Jacob able to track it down. Brenner sends it deep. Mancuso is there. And Worth with the kill.
And that's the difference. In that play, you see Mancuso read the same soft line shot, but then when Hannah Worth hits it after Mancuso digs, nobody's there for Oregon. Same shot, 2 different reads on defense.
Beth Mowens, Karch Karai here in Omaha. The home match pretty much for the Huskers. They are in the white jerseys, Oregon in green. Regional final. Mancuso trying to go cross court, missed it wide. Point Ducks. Well, getting back to the football reference and the up-tempo, the high-scoring offense for Oregon. A lot of decisions to be made by the setter, by the hitters. In fact, you liken the attackers to wide receivers, don't you?
And it's like a receiver reading the defense and calling his route, like a West Coast offense instead of the setter. So often the hitters for Oregon call the routes, and that means the setter has to have very good hearing as they all come within about a second of time.
A lot of decisions, split-second decisions being made out there as Mancuso gets another kill. That is her 7th. Go along with 9 bigs.
And Oregon leaving her alone a little too much one-on-one. She's going to win that matchup often, especially with Lauren Crum at the net.
Gina really came into her own last year, highly touted, one of the biggest recruits in the country. And was in a reserve role her first couple of seasons, and then an All-American last year. Hitting an error there for Nebraska, point Oregon, and now the Ducks 5 points away from evening up the match.
Timeout, Nebraska.
John Cook wants to talk about it, and that is their final timeout of this second set. I want to remind you, there's another championship going on this weekend. It's the men's soccer final. Indiana and Georgetown to meet Sunday afternoon at 2 Eastern. It's the Men's College Cup presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Sunday at 2 on ESPNU, also on the Watch ESPN app. Now for the Oregon Ducks, Ariana Williams, the middle blocker, 13 kills last night. Doing a nice job again with 6 thus far today.
And she's keeping that defense of Nebraska honest. The only kills that Oregon has gotten out of its middle hitters have been from Williams. They'd like to get the other one going, but she's doing the job she has to do for Oregon to win on this floor against this team.
And if that looked like exactly the same play over and over again, it was. And it's working, and they keep going to it.
And it's interesting because we talked about it a little yesterday, but both setters, sometimes you want to be thought of as creative and coming up with new plays, but if something's working, just go with it. It's the no-brainer offense, and sometimes setters resist that a little, but if it's working, just keep going with it. It's a matchup, whatever. It doesn't take as much thought, but it's effective.
Winner will meet Penn State on Thursday. You've seen the Nittany Lions this year and throughout Russ Rose's career. What do you like about that club heading into the semis?
Well, probably Ari Scott, most of all. She was big again today, carrying them. Their left sides, Deja McClendon and Megan Courtney, were pretty good. I know they'd like them to be even more effective, but Scott was the one who came up with some big kills down the stretch. Minnesota pressed them very hard. A big Big Ten matchup in the regional final.
Mancuso with the kill. Obviously such a tough year around Penn State with what was going on off the field. Their student athletes and their coaches, though, this fall have done a fantastic job, led by Bill O'Brien and the football team. Their women's soccer team played for the national championship, lost to North Carolina last weekend, and now their women's volleyball team back in the hunt for another national title, which would be number 6. Which would tie Stanford for the most in the sport's history, unless the Cardinal win number 7. They're still in the chase as well.
And it just so happened that those schools played against each other, and it just so happened to go 5 sets down to the wire. If they get in the final, expect the same.
Should be a great weekend in Louisville. The semis on Thursday, the championship next Saturday. (21-19). We're going to 25. Got to win by 2. Plum looking at Fisher. Good dig by Dykstra. Now it's Worth with a swing. The libero will set.
Nice up by Brooke Heiss.
Cook with a quick change of direction. Another set from Jacob. That's going to go over, and right there waiting is Kat Fisher. Point Ducks.
Well, you can see Oregon much of the season, when they need a kill, when they need a big swing, they go to Bergsma. And she's really embraced that this year. Coming up with, she didn't get the kill, but she set her teammate up with the easy stuff block for a point.
Let's see where Lauren Cook will go. She'll head to Brooke Heiss. And she'll get a touch and the kill. Brookhuis has been the go-to thus far. 10 kills in 16 attempts.
This is a big point here for Oregon. They would love to go up by 3, close to set point. Bergsma still in the front row as an option.
Bergsma's number 2 in green. This is her with the swing, and Worth trying to come underneath to keep it alive, which you can do as long as you bring it back around the outside of the antenna.
Exactly, and that didn't go around the outside of the antenna. It went inside. I love the hustle. She's sending a signal to her team. I'm going to go, and maybe the referee will make a bad call. If I can keep it alive, maybe there's a way to win this point. Now, Oregon responded well. Now it's Nebraska's turn. Big opportunity to win the point on reception here.
Worth.
Nice
Right at Jacob. Worth again. The back set this time. Brookhuis got it.
And now the challenge for Nebraska is, and for Oregon, both the big guns, Bergsma and Brookhuis, are in the back court. So now both teams will be playing for a while. 2 hitters against 3 blockers.
Huskers need a stop here, otherwise it's set point. Strong set will give them a chance. Worth into the block. Long way to go for Cook.
Wow, Worth elevated on that to get it over.
Fisher. Mancuso got it. Back to Worth. Brenner. Hannah getting another swing, and it's sent back by Oregon. And the Ducks now with a few set points to tie it.
Ducks setting up and getting 3 blockers up on that play. I like that choice by Fisher. They knew the ball wasn't going to go anywhere else. Again, now Nebraska playing with essentially 2 hitters because Brookhuis has stepped out. Oregon will be able to adjust its block if they get a bad pass.
Point Nebraska, still set point Oregon. Now they'll receive.
And Oregon very often has looked for Bergsma for the big kill. She looks like she's going to run a route right down the center of the court while Williams runs behind the setter.
You'll have to hit from behind that white line. And there it is for Oregon.